Hey everyone, welcome back to Travel and Ledger. This is Emily here, and I'm showing you how to add more vacations to the books. Your flight is delayed. I know you're freaking out, but just bear with me because I'm gonna get you that flight for free. Keep watching. Sitting in the airport, you're ready for takeoff, and then you hear those dreaded words, your flight is delayed. Ugh, I know, it's so frustrating. But we're going to work this in our favor, and I'm going to help you get this trip for free, or I'm at least going to get you some sort of credit. So when this first happens, what you're going to do is immediately call an airline representative. First things that's going to happen, honestly, is everybody's going to freak out around you. Everyone's going to run to the ticket counter. You don't want to deal with those people. They're all going to be pissed off. They're all going to be crazy. Just bypass the ticket counter altogether. Go into a different gate. I like to go maybe 2 over or somewhere that's empty where you can talk to somebody. Or, you know, it's going to be an hour. So go relax, get a drink, get a coffee, whatever you need to like calm your own nerves, and get an agent on the phone. Each airline has their own separate agent. This is where it gets a little complicated. If you book through a service, you're going to have to call that service, but you could also try calling the airline first. So I would always try calling the airline first, and then they'll give you directions on who to call after that. Here's a few tips that I learned from the points guy. Now that everything is all automated, just to be able to get through to an agent is almost impossible these days. So don't say agent, agent, agent. Wait, because it's just going to send you in circles. You want to be as clear and concise as you can. Just say what your problem is, flight was delayed, or if you can't think of anything else to say, you can say existing reservation. Then just follow the prompts until you finally get somebody on the phone. And remember, even though if you're so pissed off and this is like the second time your flight's been delayed today, or you're on a layover and you're freaking out about missing your next flight, they can help you more on the phone than they're going to be able to do at the ticket desk. Because on the phone, these people are already calm. They're not dealing with a million other flight delays from other airlines throughout the day. So you're only dealing with somebody, just the random person that was lucky enough to get your phone call. So be nice and explain your situation. It's handy to have your airline points number available so that they know that you're a valued customer, because that could also help you get some free stuff. They're going to talk you through what's going to happen and how they can help you out. An agent is always going to be your best bet for you getting the best service and the best experience. Because what an agent can do is they'll say, oh, I see that you've flown with us for so many years. I'd like to offer you a credit for the inconvenience. Or you could even say, after you've figured out your flight information and everything, hey, what are you able to do for me for the inconvenience, and see what they're willing to offer you. That agent will have a clear head, so they're probably going to be nice and give you something, even if it's just a food credit or something. Who knows what they'll give you these days is different every time that I've ever called, honestly. Generally speaking, they're just going to book you on the next flight. Maybe it's in 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. But if for some crazy reason there's a tornado or something and they have to book you for the next day, go ahead and book that flight, because you want to at least have a flight available. So go ahead and book whatever they book you on. And if you're not happy with that circumstance, then you can always go to the ticket counter and see what they're willing to play with, or what kind of flight they can get you on that the agent wasn't able to get you on. But the best thing about the agent is they're the eye in the sky. So say, for example, you're at Denver Airport or one of these like huge airports. The people that are at the desk are dealing with the immediate future, and they're just trying to deal with their airport alone. Maybe the ticket counter can only get you on the next direct flight, but with the eye in the sky, they can see that that's going to get delayed also, or the one after that's also going to get delayed. So you're better off just flying to Dallas or another big airport to transfer over to your other destination. So now that you've gotten everything squared away with the agent, you're going to kind of go back to where the crazies are. Do not engage with the crazies, but just kind of listen around, because sometimes they'll automatically give you a food credit if it's a long layover, or they'll give you some sort of airline credit or airport credit. So just kind of listen into what people were being offered. If you know someone that specifically went to the ticket counter, just say, hey, did you talk to an agent? What's the latest? Do they have any, what was the thing that they called you? But what it all comes down to is, what did you get for going to the ticket counter? Oh, you got a $50 food credit. Now you go over to the ticket counter Because a lot of times the ticket counter is just handing out like coupons basically. So you just show them your boarding pass and then they give you the coupon. They're not going to go into your file and see whatever that you already got this credit from the agent that you spoke to online. They're not going to do all that. It's usually just like, here's the ticket, here's the credit, here's the ticket, here's the credit. So as I said, stay away from the crazies if you can, but if they get a bunch of free stuff, go ahead and get your free stuff too. Headphones are your best friend during these situations. Just say, oh, I have my earpod, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, I'm meditating or something. So escape the crazies, and then you're going to just hang out and chill until your flight is ready. Again, in an ideal world, we're maybe delayed 3 hours or so. So you're just gonna hang around the area because sometimes they do bump your flight up. So always check in on your flight. These days we all have like text message alerts. So if your gate changes or anything, you'll get notified of that right away. You can always Google your flight number and all the information for the flight will pop up for you too. And now is the time to start gambling, because the reality is if your flight was delayed, there was another flight delayed, and now the airline is panicking and they need to get people to give away their seats. So they're going to come over the intercom and say, hey, we have this book over flight because of all the delays. Is anyone willing to give up their seat? Now, you don't want to give up your seat for free. Do not give up your seat for free. You're guaranteed on that flight. You're getting there on time. So don't give up your flight for free. But 10 minutes later, you might hear, we're now offering a $100 gift card for anyone who's willing to give up their seat for the next flight. Don't go for the 100. We want to hold out until you hear that 300 or 200 or however much your flight was. That's when you want to jump up, because they're just going to keep auctioning, because most of the people are going to be so pissed off that they're not even listening to the announcements and they just want to get on a plane and get home. But you're going to be the smart one and you're going to try and make this trip free and get a free one out of it also. So say maybe this flight was only $120 round trip, right? Great deal. So now they're offering $100. That's almost the full cost of the flight, but let's hang out and see if we can get 2 flights for free. Next you hear $200. Still nobody's getting up to go to the gate. Maybe one person went. Here's where it gets a little shady. If only 1 or 2 people get up, it's a 50-50 chance that they're getting a gift card, because they don't give you the gift card right away. They wait to see if they can get enough seats given away before they have to start handing out the gift cards. I actually personally had one flight where I offered to give up my seat for $500. It was during Christmas season and they were so overbooked. But by some random happenstance, they gave away my seat and then they ended up giving me a first class seat. So I did get boosted for giving up my seat, but I never got that $500 gift card because I didn't have to give up my seat to take another flight. So just be careful of how many people are going to the ticket counter. If there's like 10 people that go over there, you're not getting a gift card. Just play it out logically. If it's 1 or 2 people, they're really trying to play hardball and get more people to give up their seats. But if there's like 10 people that go up there, the reality is you're probably not going to get a gift card. You're just going to get on the plane in a different seat. Just to recap the possibilities that could happen and have happened to me before is you call the agent and they give you a credit back for your flight. So for me personally, I was able to get a $50 credit back for the inconvenience, and my flight was 2 hours later. I then went to the ticket counter. They were all freaking out just because everybody on my flight was crazy. I don't know if it was a full moon or what, but they were just handing out food vouchers like, what does your boarding pass look like? Here's a food voucher. So now I had a food voucher and a $50 credit. Move on again to the auction period. And I was able to get a $100 gift card for giving up my seat, but I was able to get on the next flight that was an hour after that departure that I had already been delayed for. So, you know, what was waiting another hour for me, I was totally fine with that. So I took that $100 knowing I already had the $50. And this was one of those like once in a lifetime finds where it was like $75 round trips during holiday season. I don't know how that happened. I just was very lucky, I guess. Not only did I get my flight for free, then after the credit and the extra money, I was able to get 2 flights for free, like later down the road to go to Las Vegas, of course. But I just wanted to show you that these things do happen, and there's always a positive and the negative, especially with businesses these days who are trying to keep everybody from tweeting bad stuff about their airline. So just keep your ears open and try to get that free stuff, guys. All right, I hope this video helped you and calmed you down, and your flight's gonna be fine. Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. You're gonna make it to your destination eventually. And in the meantime, check out this next video and feel free to subscribe. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 mark. If you could help me out, that'd be great.